Yeah, this is a very interesting situation just for the simple fact that when we're looking at Minnesota's opportune situation, really outside of Jordan Addis, outside of Justin Jefferson, you really only know about TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison.
There you go.
TJ Hawkinson then already got his money.
Hmm.
And then you have a Jordan Addison. But what's going to be interesting about that situation now is now the pressure is going to be on JJ McCarthy because he's going to have to force Justin Jefferson ball.
Yep.
And
Sound familiar too.
Yes, it does.
mhm. But as far as the Falcon situation, yeah, it's a very interesting situation because, like you said, we don't know the dynamics on how these players are going to be used in this offense and what's going to be the spread pattern for each player. Because as we're talking about Justin Jefferson getting his bag, you forget CD Lamb is coming up here
Hmm.
within a so that's gonna increase even more.
Yep. That's the cost aspect.
Hmm.
It's only gonna get worse, and that's why I said like, but that's everybody don't understand that this is not a good situation for all the players. It's only a good situation for some players. That's if you're an
Hmm.
elite player. If you're an elite player, it's great for you. But if you a guy that just you're a good player, like you're gonna see a lot of 1 and 2 year deals. Why? Because nothing ain't guaranteed for you. They can't afford to be able to give you 3 and 4 year contracts of guaranteed money. It's because you got to pay guys like Justin Jefferson. They ain't that $30 million a year. So
Yep.
a lot of good players are gonna walk in free agency. A lot of good players you're gonna be saying for year to year, man, I hope we can re-sign this guy. I hope we can re-sign him. I hope every year we're gonna be saying that because of paying guys like Justin Jefferson. So, like for me, this is why I say, well, wide receivers, man, like wide receivers better get their stuff together and stop begging for so much money. I'm just saying demanding so much money because if they demand the money and they end up, not coming through,
Yeah.
like they gonna really start. It's gonna be to the point where the NFL is gonna say, all right, we're only giving out 2 year deals now. The
Yep.
maximum contract that we can give right now is 3 years. Watch, watch.
And that's gonna hurt the draft because guess what happens? Your average player coming out of the draft is at least expecting to get a contract at least what about 5 years? And
I
it, and
think,
it, and, 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 and
I,
it
I
ain't about like
think,
5 years right now.
I think what I think maybe the draft is probably the only thing that's gonna stay secure, but like even that's not really secure. That's a little bit more
Right.
Yeah,
manageable than
that's it.
regular
Yeah.
contract. That's a little bit
Hmm.
more manageable than the contract that we seen after that. Because after that first contract, it gets shifty because whether or not you're trying to figure out, all right, whether this guy, I think the average for players that stay in the league is somewhere between like 3 to 4 years
Mm-hmm.
that your career. So I think players that stay in 3 years or 3 to 4 years, they get
Right.
their pension and whatnot. So it's not even a guarantee after 3 or 4 years you're gonna be back in the NFL.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we're saying right here with Andre Bryant. He was saying only the first round picks are given fifth year options. But see, here's something that Mike talked about too, is you gotta look at it. When your team don't have a lot of money and you're pumping that money out and stuff like that, you gotta look at it. Let's just say you get that first round pick and they do great in them first 2 years.
Hmm.
Now you got to be worried about losing them to go to another team because you ain't got money to pay them. by that time that 5th year option begin to roll around. And that's even if you haven't decided to restructure some contracts on other parts of the team, because remember, a lot of these teams will try to hang on to their first round pick. They'll let some of them other players go, which supported that first round pick. So a lot of times you're gonna hurt a lot of guys' careers on the back end not having money. Especially if you got a team that's well built and you got a rookie. Nah. People gonna be getting. You're gonna have a turnstile for a team, and that ain't good for business.
Hey, before you keep on going, Juan, I'm gonna say Red Black event tickets for July 13th. Make sure you hit up this Maggie T and Matt Mike for more information. Like you said, come check